everybody, Janine here, the person who loves meat but is trying to go with a more plant-based diet, and so far is not doing too badly. One of the things I wanted to show you were some of the changes that I made. Now, I wouldn't go all out like this usually, or at least as much as I did, without having some help, and somebody volunteered to help me out a little bit with some groceries just to get me started. So that's the only reason that I got some extra stuff. But there were definitely some things and changes that I wanted to make, and I just wanted to show you some of those changes and what I have in my closet or my cupboard. Aldi's is a grocery store around here that's very inexpensive, and that's where I got most of my stuff. There's just one or two things that I got from a Whole Foods store like Mustard Seed Market that anybody can find. Okay, but I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I have and what I replaced in my diet. Okay, so here's my cupboard. Nobody's allowed to touch it unless they ask me first. And the first thing you might notice is that I have a lot of nuts, every single kind of nuts, pistachios, almonds, walnuts. I try to go with dry roasted or oven roasted and unsalted because there's less oil and fats in those. I tried dates. Well, I haven't tried them yet. I just got this one yesterday. This is supposed to be a great sugar or sweetness alternative for people trying to get away from sugar. And again, I'm going to like one opposite end of the extreme, and I'm going to work my way back a little bit just because I want to try some things and see, because I've never tried some of this stuff, and I want to see if I can really incorporate it into my diet, going from 3 cans of pop and McDonald's for dinner to a sweetener alternative, right? So I haven't tried this one yet. We'll see how that one goes. I have honey because my husband is a beekeeper, and we get our own honey. I really don't use this a lot. I don't have a huge sweet tooth. I'm more of a salty chips and dips kind of girl, but I use this once in a while, like in my tea, or if I just really have a craving for something sweet, I'll add it to maybe my oatmeal or something. But I mean, I had a tablespoon today and none for the last 3 days. So I'm really don't have a lot of sugar in my diet at all. Let's see, I have liquid amino. I talk about that in another video. It's a salt alternative. Nutritional yeast. I kind of use it to replace cheese because I'm trying to lower my dairy intake as well. And I talk about that in another video in case you want some information on it, because most normal people don't know what this stuff is. And I had to do research when I first started to figure it out. Let's see, what else do I got? Another video I talked about how to make your own vanilla extract. This is one of my homemade vanilla extracts, and this one can go a little darker, but I've started using it every once in a while. I like to put it in anything that I want a vanilla flavor in, like oatmeal, that kind of thing. Now, I was never a big oatmeal person. However, I wanted to try steel cut oats because I heard that there's a lot more good stuff in here, and I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I was just really surprised. I have another video talking about my Instant Pot and making steel cut oats. Actually, I have my son helping me to show people how easy it is to use an Instant Pot. And all I add, I mean, I add different things all the time, but my favorite things to add are like fresh fruit, like strawberries, blueberries, and some cinnamon on top, and maybe sometimes a little vanilla extract, and maybe sometimes I sprinkle nuts on top, walnuts, pecans, whatever. Yeah, so this is halfway gone already, and I'm really surprised that maybe like every other day or every third day is what I have for breakfast when I feel like having breakfast. Also in my oatmeal, I put this stuff, something I added to my list because I was told by Dr. Greger that you should have some of this every day. What is it? Who knows? What normal person goes to the store and say, "Ooh, I'm craving flaxseed today"? Yeah, not me. It's just a natural ingredient that's supposed to be really good for you. According to Dr. Greger, you should have a little bit of it every single day. And ingredients: brown milled flax seeds. That's actually all that it is. Yeah, For me, it doesn't taste like anything, but I've read about the nutritional benefits, and so I've tried to incorporate this into my diet every day. They say only like a tablespoon or two is fine. I just put it on whatever, because it doesn't really taste like anything. I stir it into my oatmeal to make it thicker if it's too runny. I sprinkle it on top of my pasta, whatever. So lots of nutritional benefits, but again, it's one of those weird things. Who knows if I'll keep with it, but right now, every single day, I add flaxseed. So what else do I got? Same thing with the chia seeds. Something else you're supposed to eat more of. Again, I don't feel like it has a lot of flavor. I just sprinkle it into foods, and you really can't taste it at all. I mean, I haven't tasted it yet. I couldn't tell you what a chia seed tastes like. No idea. Feed him to your chia pet. Maybe he'll tell you what they taste like. For those of you who knows what a chia pet is. Anyway, let's see what else. Quinoa. I got some quinoa. I haven't tried this yet. I've eaten quinoa before and I liked it. So basically it's just another type of grain. I have corn tortillas. I have whole grain tortillas. I have a bag of cane sugar in case I have like a huge craving for like, I don't know, Kool-Aid or something I just need to have because I've gotten rid of so much sugar in my diet. That way I have something to use that's a little bit better for me instead of regular white sugar, which is supposed to be really icky. I haven't used it yet, haven't even opened it, but I have it there in case I need it, along with some maple syrup back there, which is supposed to be another sweetener alternative that's natural. I also have my apple cider vinegar, which I have. I try to with each meal, a couple teaspoons, usually in a glass of water is how I drink it. And I use this to squirt it. So that's just my apple cider vinegar. In another video, I'll probably talk about my plantain vinegar. All this is apple cider vinegar with some plantains in it, and it's supposed to be good for lots of stuff beside being, you know, vinegar. Bug bites, clear skin, a whole bunch of stuff. So I can't really attest or talk to that yet. I haven't had enough experience with it, but again, I'll talk about that in another video. Got my almond butter. I love to eat with sliced apples. Never did before. It was never a snack I ate. Loving me some garlic. Gotta always have garlic. Roasted garlic, fresh garlic in my salsas, my bruschetta, everything. And just a whole crap load of spices. Now, before I get into the spices, I did want to point out my teas. I'd never had green tea until Dr. Greger mentioned green tea. And so I tried it. It's not bad. It doesn't really have a strong flavor at all. And it's a nice alternative to having water all day long. This was 99 cents at Aldi's. And once in a while, I'll add a little bit of honey to it just to give it a little bit of a kick on a bad day. But not very often. I also have some different types of caffeine-free herbal teas. Black cherry berry. So lots of different teas. Maybe having 1 cup a day, but I need to start having more. Especially the green tea, according to Dr. Greger. Yeah, so I have that. And I think that's it beside the spices. So I have a whole bunch of spices here. I have another cabinet over here. And then I have, let's show you this right here. Can you see that? My husband made this for me and it's really, really cool. It has all these little jars of containers. They are all labeled. See that? And they have magnets in the top of the lid and they stick. I've seen these on refrigerators too. Some people put them on refrigerators, but I could just imagine with 3 children where those would end up if I kept them there. I really like them here next to my window, out of the way, but easily accessible. Now you can put the labels on the outside if you want, but I kind of like how it looks without it, and I've use them so much that I've started putting them in the order, like grouping them by different types of spices, like, you know, like sweet spices or cinnamon type spices, or like Indian spices, etc. I really like it. Spices are very important because they add a lot of flavor without a lot of the other stuff. So sometimes when I'm doing stir fry, I'll even just add a little bit of water and try some new spices, and it'll be amazing how much flavor that has without me having to add, like, you know, hoisin sauce, or, you know, General Tso's sauce, or hot chicken wing sauce to something, you know. It really is really kind of nice. So spices are your best friend, and there are certain spices, according to this book by Dr. Greger, that says certain ones, if you have them every single day, they're supposed to really help with weight loss and other health conditions. So I don't know, we'll see if it works, but I'm starting to incorporate a lot of those into my diet as well. Again, I'm really just focusing on my individual goals, but trying to be healthier overall. I guess we'll see how it goes from there. So that's pretty much it. That is my cabinet.